Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm super happy that you're here and I'm here with another review for you. So I'm going to talk about my favorite fragrances I've been wearing the last 2 months, so you could say my summer favorites, even though I wouldn't necessarily say that they're really summer fragrances. I just enjoy wearing them, you know, and I think it always changes throughout the seasons. You are in different phases in your life, then you gravitate to new fragrances, old fragrances. There are a few fragrances I already have in my collection for a longer time now. And yeah, let's get started. So the first fragrance I'm going to talk about is, I would actually say, my favorite fragrance right now. And this is Valaya by Parfums de Marly. This one is quite hyped on TikTok and on YouTube. This one was released last year in 2023. And the first time I actually smelled this one was last year in September. I fell in love completely and I felt like this smells super familiar. In my personal opinion, from the vibe, it smells a lot like Ganymede, another fragrance I'm going to talk about. And the reason is that both of the fragrances are made by the one and only Canton Biche. I love this man. The work he does, the vision he has. I have a lot of fragrances from him. And I would say that similarity is probably because of the Akigala wood. As far as I know, in both of the fragrances, you have the Akigala wood. And I don't know how he manages it, but the fragrances always share a very similar vibe, or the DNA at least is quite similar. But of course, Ganymede is completely different and Valaya is completely different. Valaya is a clean scent, very creamy, very musky. You have the peach in here. It is quite fruity, yes, but more refreshing. You have the bergamot in here. It's very citrusy in the opening. It's really like a refreshing breeze, like a fresh mist. And of course, you have the amber fix in here. So it is very just fresh and clean and musky. To me, it reminds me of freshly washed clothes. It kind of smells like washing detergent, which I love. It is a little bit synthetic as well, but the way this smells on clothing after days is crazy, really phenomenal. This fragrance has an amazing longevity. It's great for layering as well. If you know me, you know I love layering fragrances, and really top notch. It really deserves all the hype. And of course, it's a little bit more pricey. I got the fragrance for 250 euro. It's like the standard price you pay for it. Really worth it. And I'm so happy that I have it. And I already, like, half of the juice is actually gone. And I feel like I'm gonna have to repurchase the fragrance by end of the year, probably. Thank God I have a lot of other fragrances I wear. So let's move on to the next fragrance. Another one is Club de Nuit Impérial. This one was gifted by a friend of mine for my birthday, and I've been wearing it so many times already. This is supposed to be a dupe for Delina / Delina Exclusive. It's very similar to both of it. To me, this is a fruity lychee with rose. Oud, I really don't get. To me, it reminds me a little bit of Rose's Vanille because of the rose and the sweetness, but this is much more sensual. It's not as sweet, it's more refreshing, fruity. This is a beast mode scent, super long lasting, and really the best dupe I've actually tried so far from Delina. I really think if you like this scent, Delina or Delina Exclusive, but you don't want to pay the pricey price, it's very pricey, let's say like that, then this is a great alternative. I think this one you can get for around 50 euro, 45 euro, really depends on where you're living. Here in Austria, it's actually very easy to purchase this one here. And I think it's just stunning as well, great for layering. And I just love that the vibe it actually gives you. I think it is quite feminine. In my personal opinion, you can wear it as a man, you can wear it as a woman. I always say I don't care about that. Fragrances have no gender. But if you're looking for a feminine, sultry, and sensual scent with rose, and if you like lychee in general, you're gonna love this one. I fell completely in love, and I've been wearing it nearly every day. And I think next to Valaya, this is really one of the most worn fragrances by me. So the next fragrance is another hyped fragrance by Lattafa Eclair. I managed to get this fragrance. I think it has been on the market for a few months now. It's supposed to be a dupe for Bianco Latte by Giardini di Toscana. I haven't tried the scent. I didn't get the possibility here in Vienna. Unfortunately, it's not available. So I cannot really tell you if this is supposed to be a good dupe or if it actually is a good dupe. I've just heard by many reviewers that this is really an amazing dupe. Many people said that this is just a little bit more sweeter and less synthetic smelling. To me, this is a creamy, sweet creme brulee, lots of caramel. I feel like it's very milky, very chocolatey, but I think more of like white chocolate, very sugary, really extremely long-lasting. I would say that this is the most long-lasting scent from the house of Lattafa. I know there are other fragrances from Lattafa, like for example, Oud for Glory is also a beast mode scent. This one here, the moment I sprayed it on myself, and I do have to admit, I overspray. If you're not watching the first time, you know that. It is just extremely potent and it lingers around you all the time. I remember my boyfriend, he said, I cannot stop smelling you. Like wherever I'm going, moving in the flat, it just smells like you. I can smell this scent. It's crazy. It's really like atomic. It's just over the top. So you have to be mindful when you spray. If you tend to get headache, because I feel like this one could give you a headache. It can give you compliments, definitely, but you need to be careful. You shouldn't be overspraying too much. I would say 6 to 7 sprays are actually enough. With me, I'm someone that just loves to layer fragrances. And with this scent, I actually love to wear Montal's Chocolate Greedy. I had this one on my list for 2 years now. Never really felt like I needed it that much, but I felt like I really want a chocolatey fragrance. And to me, this is an amazing chocolate scent. You get, as the name says, chocolate greedy, you get the chocolate definitely, but it's not like a super sweet chocolate. It's more like of a bitter cacao, bitter chocolate, so dark chocolate with dried fruits. To me, it smells like Jaffa, if you know that. Really just depends from where you're watching. Here in Austria, it's actually quite popular. It's some sort of cookie with orange jam and chocolate on top. And the way this tastes, exactly the same way this actually smells. Of course, Montal, very synthetic, very long-lasting, very potent. Really one of the most long-lasting fragrances I have, but I can say that for like every Montal fragrance, I have Intense Cafe, I have Starry Nights, I have Arabian Tonka, few others, they're all super long-lasting. But you do have to keep in mind it's also synthetic, not a safe blind buy. But if you're looking for a chocolatey scent, definitely something great for wearing in fall and winter. I do like to wear this one as well in the summer because the summers here in Vienna are not like extremely hot. And even though it's summer, I somehow like how gourmand fragrances, sweet fragrances, vanilla fragrances develop in the heat. There's just something about it I really like. And yes, so another great scent, one of my favorites or summer favorites, you could say so. Then we have a few other fragrances. I don't want to mix it up too much. We have from Marc-Antoine Barrois, both of the fragrances I've already mentioned in previous reviews, Tilia, and we have Ganymede. Both are amazing. Both are made by Canton Biche. Tilia is actually the newest fragrance from the house. This is Linden. This is very sweet, very floral as well. It has like a honey-like sweetness. If you've ever tried Linden honey, then this is really what you're going to get. Super long-lasting. Also a big compliment getter, can be a little bit overwhelming in the heat. So when I wear this one, of course, I'll layer it again. But I had a few moments the past few weeks where I was like, I need to wear this one. I need to wear this one. And every time I wore this, I felt like, okay, this was the perfect decision. Ganymede, on the other hand, is really one of my top 5 favorite fragrances. I've been wearing it since last year. Cannot get enough of it, really. And whether it's summer, whether it's spring, fall, winter, I just love wearing the scent. I necessarily wouldn't say I prefer to wear it that much in the summer. Maybe more in the spring or in the fall. And especially also on rainy days. There's something very comforting in the way it develops. On rainy days. However, since this is one of my favorite fragrances, I cannot go a week without wearing it at least once. And then we have 2 more fragrances. Blanche Bête by Liquid Imaginaire, I think it's pronounced. So this is another hype beast. A lot of people talk about this one. A lot of people actually rave about this scent. Definitely deserves all the hype. I've heard a few things. This was actually a blind buy, which I not recommend. Few things people said actually, like it smells like an elevator. I'm not sure what this is supposed to mean. Some people said it smells like a baby, like baby powder. I definitely get this. It smells like baby powder, yes, because it is milky, it is powdery. You have the milk in here as well. You have a lot of unique different notes, but I'm not gonna talk about too much about the notes. I'm really trying to describe how it smells like. It's lactonic, it's milky, it's very powdery, very clean smelling. If you like this type of DNA, you're gonna love this one, but definitely not a safe blind buy. It's also great for layering. I have this fragrance in my collection for 4 or 5 months now. I layered this one, for example, with Angel Share. Amazing layering combo. Angel Share and this one just goes perfectly because Angel Share smells like a boozy apple pie, and then this one adds this milky and powdery acids to it, or overall the vibe. It really just complements the other fragrance as well. But not only, there are other fragrances I like to layer this fragrance with. On its own, definitely amazing. You can wear this one on its own. Also super strong and long lasting, very just dense, and it really leaves an amazing scent trail. I think it's appropriate for every day, appropriate for work, for special events. This is definitely signature scent worthy as well. And the last fragrance I'm going to talk about is Genetic Bliss by 2787. I never can memorize the name of the brand, but Genetic Bliss, this is amazing. This is definitely a hidden gem. I'm super happy that not a lot of people know about this fragrance. This fragrance I actually smelled on one of my colleagues / manager, because I work at Dior at the boutique, and when she wore this scent, I needed to know immediately what she's wearing. And it was actually quite funny because we were having a party and she was like, we should switch clothes. Super fun moment. And when I was wearing her vest, which ended up looking like a crop top on me, I was like, oh my God, this smells so amazing. What is that? And I asked her and she told me. Next day, I purchased the scent. And I think this is also not a safe blind buy, but just amazing on its own, and also for layering. It's a molecular fragrance, which means it's also going to develop differently on everyone. So you should definitely try this one on yourself. I just love the way it developed on me. So you have different type of notes. For example, you have Javanol, you have Georgie wood, I think it's called, and Akigala wood. So think of a medley of different woods. On me, it turns very creamy. On other people, it turns kind of animalic and even woody, but like not in a good way, because a few of my friends tried it on themselves and they didn't like how it ended up. It was quite sour. I also think what's very important is the weather. So like if it's a super hot day, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you. But here I'm talking about my favorite fragrances I'm wearing in the summer. Again, I'm really using this one mostly in the late evening when it's a little bit cooler, so not too hot. And the way it just develops on my skin, I love it. Really, really, I think one of the best finds this year. Super underrated, definitely hidden gem, but I would recommend everyone that likes just molecular fragrances to try this one out. And it is quite synthetic, and it is really just a 50-50 question how it's gonna end up smelling on you. I just love it. Really big recommendation, and I love to layer this one with a lot of different fragrances. I, for example, layered this one with Arabian Tonka. Loved it. I also layered this one with Santal Royal by Guerlain, another rose oud fragrances. Loved it. So I've tried a few different layering combos, and always this really added the perfect like cherry on top, you could say so. So these are the fragrances I've been wearing lately, enjoyed wearing lately, and there are many more fragrances and I'm planning to do many more reviews. But yeah, definitely I would recommend you, if you have the possibility, to try them all out. I think most of them are even signature scent worthy, but I would say my absolute favorite right now is Valaya. Like really, this is an amazing scent. Some people say it's very feminine. I don't think so. I think really this is a great unisex scent. If you want to smell clean, sophisticated, and if you want like to add a fresh breeze wherever you entering, which room you entering, and if you want to get compliments, this is really a compliment getter. There has been no day I've been wearing this scent without getting a compliment. And it's not like you have to get the compliments, but I think many people and many of you actually watching want to get a scent that's gonna give them not only a great experience, but also some nice compliments, because compliments to get is nice. So yes, this was my review. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, then please hit the like button, comment down below, tell me what you've been wearing lately. If you have any questions, please ask me, I'm here for it. And I hope to see you soon for another review. Thank you.